Glory to Ukraine. Dear ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to join our conference, Construction and Energy. Thanks to the Armed Forces of Ukraine and all our partners for our ability to be here, to meet in this hall, and to talk about the reconstruction of Ukraine and to present the community development projects. Strong community means strong Ukraine. This is the motto of our marathon. And local governance, representative of local governance are the closest to resolving issues and problems faced by the citizens. So you every day overcome many challenges, you help and support the armed forces, you restore the ruined buildings, and you create good conditions for your citizens to live in. I would like to invite Olena Kononenko, the head of ReBuild Ukraine project, for your welcome speech. Thank you. Dear colleagues, I know that right now our colleagues are going to join us. We need about 5 to 7 more minutes and we will have a full audience here, but I will welcome you in 2 languages. First in Ukrainian. I would like to welcome my colleagues from Ukraine. On behalf of organizers, I would like to thank you for all your work of self-governance which you are providing every day, and this event is very important for you. You were preparing for it for a couple of months, and I wish you to have very good contacts here at the conference and at your stand, to have very fruitful connections and partnerships. And now I'd like to welcome our partners, and I will speak in Ukraine.
Partners, on behalf of the general organizer of ReBuild Ukraine, the Ukrainian exhibition company Premier Expo, I'm very privileged to be here and welcome you in this hall at Marathon of Communities. Since the first edition of ReBuild Ukraine in 2023, this part of the program remains the key component of the whole ReBuild Ukraine event, no matter what other topics are covered during this event. I'm very pleased to welcome 19 Ukrainian local communities whose leaders will present their vision of the priority projects that will contribute to the sustainable development of their communities. The focus will be on investments as a driver of the economic growth and the restoration of the social infrastructure to strengthen the human capital. For the first time at the marathon, 3 big cities will present new investment models through the practical solutions and cooperation models for modernizing of the heating system in towns and cities. The implementation of such solutions is possible through the cooperation of private investments, donor funds, partnership with businesses, and support from the expert community. For the past almost 4 years, the Ukrainian communities, as never before, gained a very rich and precious experience in partnership, and one of their international partnership, and one of the sessions will be dedicated to the success cases of community transformation, which led to reconstruction and development of territorial communities of Ukraine, successfully implemented projects from local governments and donors. Besides, I'm very happy to welcome here on site in these halls in ReBuild Ukraine almost 200 guest communities with over 500 representatives who traveled here from Ukraine, and I encourage all the partners to have open communication with these communities as well. My special word of gratitude this morning goes to our reliable partner, the Association of the Ukrainian Cities, and of course to all the Ukrainian local communities. I'm very pleased to urge everyone to gather here for this event, to have open communication and fruitful cooperation. And now, our dear guests and participants, I would like to invite you to stand up for the national anthem of Ukraine. Thank you.
Дякую, пані Олено. Отож, оголошую,
Thank you, Elena. So, the
презентуються інновації та корисні інструменти для громад. Наше життя вже впевнено.
solutions and AI has entered our life now, and we use it in different spheres of our life. So now we will listen to how AI can help reconstruct the communities. So now I would like to invite our speaker to this stage.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me today, and how wonderful it is to hear the very rousing national anthem. It never fails to move me. And also last night, the wonderful performance of the Nadia Symphony Quartet, if you heard it last night. That was very, very moving. I'm Martin Bailey, and I'm from the European Commission in Brussels, and I'm from the AI office. And what I'm going to talk to you today, very briefly, we have a workshop on at 11:30 in room C about AI in cities. I'm going to explain to you a little bit now what it is we're achieving. The reason why we're doing this, the reason why we're building this AI tool is at the request of Ukrainians. We had a delegation of important Ukrainians who came to Brussels and said, do you have a law on smart cities? And we said, no, we don't have a law on smart cities. I said, why? He said, because we want to rebuild Ukraine in a way that is transparent and accountable, and that every single penny that comes from the donor community goes to rebuilding Ukraine. This money is not wasted. There isn't fraud, there isn't corruption, but every penny goes to building Ukraine. So what are we doing? We're building an AI algorithm, and this algorithm is built in several parts. The first part, we assess the damage in buildings. This part we have already developed. We developed the prototype, we tested it in Bucha and Mykolaiv, and it works. We're now going to build the second part of the algorithm, and this is to build digital replicas, what we call digital twins of cities and parts in cities. And we model scenarios, we model simulations, and we see how is it going to look? How are parts of the city going to look? What's the best way for the city? What is the best way for the amenities, the schools, the hospitals, for the veterans, for the hundreds of thousands who will come back from the front line with various injuries? And in this process, we want to engage the citizens. We will use immersive technology. We're building this technology so that citizens can engage, so they're part of this process of redesigning their city. And all importantly, we will plug in the costs. So we know exactly how much each building project is going to cost. We will know before you in Ukraine all you citizens, before it goes, and the mayors and the local authorities, before it goes to public procurement, you will know how much a building of 10 million costs, how much the bricks cost, how much the labor costs, how much the glass costs, how much the pipes cost. One of the complaints we got from Ukrainians was that there were big buildings built, but the underlying infrastructure doesn't work. The pipes are not big enough, so the water is not flowing properly for a building of 10,000 people. By building this digital twin, we will avoid this, and we'll ensure that buildings are built properly. This is very important for the donor community, because they want to see that every penny is spelt properly. But it's even more important for the Ukrainians who are going to live in the cities. And very importantly, our solution, I'll go back one, our solution has a tracking throughout the life cycle of the project. So you see, from the planning, right from the first brick to the last brick and the operation. So we're launching the second phase of this model. We'll start to build it in the next weeks, and it should be ready by the end of this next year, 2026. And the final model, when we add the full infrastructure, the utilities, the rail links, any of the power stations, the substations, that should be ready in the next year. And this is funded from the European Union. We're not making a profit from this. This is not proprietary software. We're not charging Ukraine for this. We are building this software with European funds. And it is for Ukrainian citizens, paid for by Europe, developed by Europe, and closely in connection with cities and your developer community. I would encourage you, please, if you would like to find out more about this, we have our workshop at 11:30 up in room C, I think it is over there, if you can find it. And on our panel, we will have cities, we have IT hubs, we have IT specialists, because over the last year and a half, we have been engaging very, very closely with the whole Ukrainian IT community and cities, because it's about co-designing this solution together in a way that works for you. I will say no more. Thank you very much. It's a great privilege to be on this stage. Slava Ukraini.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Bailey. Продовжуємо. Шановні пані та панове.
So we are going to continue. The partner of Community Marathon is the Association of Ukrainian Cities, and I represent this association. This association brings together and develops solutions for cities, villages, where more than 90% of citizens of Ukraine live. There are 4 chambers of villages, settlements, small and big cities, by spheres of activities, 17 professional sections. We have section for temporary occupied and deoccupied communities. We provide our work at all levels in order to bring the legislation of self-governance in line with the norms of EU. We represent the interests of local self-government in dialogue with the government, parliament, the office of president, and local administrators. And we were the first one who, together with international partners, developed the reconstruction and creation of a system for restoration of local self-government in Ukraine. Speaking about investments, we will talk about investment cases in communities. I can say that with the support of the association, several laws of Ukraine were developed, for example, for industrial parks, exemption from income tax for residents of industrial parks, exemption from import VAT and customs duties on imports of new production. We have 106 industrial parks in the register right now, and the association was very active in collaborating with the Chamber of the government of Ukraine. And as a result, when it this,
So in 2024-2025, we have received some earmarked funding from the state budget, and we have received 1.7 billion hryvnias of support for the Association of Ukrainian Cities, and this has been invested in the development of networks and basic infrastructure in a number of municipalities. Also, the Ukrainian Parliament has passed, after the first reading, a draft law, which in fact establishes the functions of different stakeholders. We have introduced the notion of the industrial park and simplified some of the bureaucratic procedures. Thus, we have reduced the risks for investors. And because my time is very limited, but there is so much more that I would like to say, I just would like to say that the Association of Ukrainian Cities also establishes cooperation of partnership between the Ukrainian cities and foreign partners. And if you're interested, please approach me, and we will be happy to share more information about municipalities. I'm ready to talk about the many projects. Some of the projects will not be presented today, but we actually represent quite a number of municipalities. Therefore, please approach us. And to conclude, I just would like to remind that the Association of Ukrainian Cities to all international platforms has always been calling for the release of the heads of Ukrainian municipalities from Russian imprisonment. Some of the heads of municipalities are still in prison. Some of them have been killed and died because of brutal torture. Therefore, we call upon all the representatives to demand their release. As for the Association of the Ukrainian Cities, there's been just information in the nutshell. And I just would like to say that I study at the Harvard University, and we are working there on the development of a project and the development of strategy for the establishment of the State University in the city of Irpin. If you would like to join us in this initiative and to establish a university in the city of Irpin, please join me. Now, let's move on to our marathon. In our marathon, we're going to talk about different projects and investment with significant social and economic impact. Then we're going to talk about some practical examples. You will see some cases of redeveloping some of municipalities in Ukraine. We're going to talk about our comprehensive approach to the recovery issues. So I would like to ask the representatives of municipalities to get ready. And the first will be the city of Dnipro. Dnipro is a large city, regional capital in the east of Ukraine. This is a very important industrial, scientific and innovation center, and it's known as the space capital of Ukraine. Dnipro is convenient geographically situated. It is a major transportation node. They have a very good qualified team of specialists so as to solve different problems. And I would like to give the floor to Mr. Alexander Litvitsky, the acting director of the City of Dnipro Development Agency, who also is representative of the town hall. Over to you, sir.
Дякую. Вітаю вас від імені Дніпровської міської територіальної громади.
I would like to welcome you on behalf of the Dnipro municipality. Dnipro is a very large industrial city in the east of Ukraine, and it's known not only for powerful industry but also for cultural life. We organize festivals, international sports events. That's the city that knows how to live, how to celebrate, how to fight for its own. And despite the shelling, Dnipro is live and kicking. It is the heart of the volunteering movement in Ukraine. We have received 200,000 IDPs. Those are the peoples who had to leave their homes. We take care both of the civilians and the military. Many people have moved here with also their pets and pets whom we also take care of. We are not far from the front line, but we're shaping a new culture of partnership. We are open. We're doing all of this because of people and due to people, with the people, so as to support our municipality, Ukraine, and so as to build peaceful future together with our partners. This is the city of Dnipro. This is the city of power, unity, and big heart. This is a powerful city, big city. Dnipro is within the top 5 of the largest cities in Ukraine. Dnipro is the city of steel works, chemical industry, with a powerful scientific potential and qualified workers. Dnipro is known as the city that houses the Pivden Marsh, the Interpipe company, and also the Spice Neosphere company. That is the city of youth and students. That's a multicultural city with international links and modern infrastructure. This is my city until 2022 in February. And we are proud of our public spaces, our sports facilities and cultural centers. We are the city of sportsmen and scientists. We're a city of university, but once the war started, Dnipro has become a major humanitarian hub and logistical hub for Ukraine. We lost some of the infrastructure. Our companies have been hit hard, but we're still working. And that is why today we are presenting the project that is not only about the recovery and rebuilding what has already been damaged, but it's about building new economy. One of such projects is the development and functioning within the Innovation for Post-Industrial Park in the city of Dnipro. The industrial park is the prototype of a free economic zone. This is a new type of immovable property for rent, and given the challenges and also given the post-war perspective of rebuilding Ukraine, the development of an industrial park is very important for our city. This will help us to create new jobs. We expect 30 companies to establish their businesses here. The total area is 60 hectares. So also we are going to move here some of the companies from the previous industrial zone, plus the residential carry, and the 19 million euros is the 118 euros is the expected budget for this project, which includes both industrial and residential areas. So far, our city has been developing infrastructure for this industrial park. We have already put 8 million euros into this park, and next year we are going to complete the development of a power plant with the 16 megawatts capacity, installed capacity, and the completion of this project is planned for 2028. This year has already borne fruit. We already have the first resident that is a domestic producer in the agri-food business, and we're already negotiating with another potential participant who might join the park. What are the benefits of the park? First, it's very well situated. We have land parcels already fit and ready to be occupied. We already have good qualified staff and workers, regardless the current situation in the country. But we do have workers. Well, there is a possibility. We also have very good tariffs for electrical energy, and what is very important, we are supported by the Dnipro local municipal authorities. All of our residents of the industrial park has enjoyed certain preferences. And on this slide, you can see some calculations. What are the benefits for a resident over a span of 10 years? And as you can see that the savings are quite sizable. That's 2.5 million euros over the span of 10 years of savings. This park is unique, and it helps us to combine both public and residential areas. It's about work, residence and entertainment in this area. We are going to combine this park with the residential complex and with the public spaces. You can see them color-coded on this map. And I would like to give the floor to Anatoly Savage, the director of the water company, and he is going to talk about yet another important project for the city of Dnipro. Thank you, Alexander. I would like to welcome the participants of this conference. First and foremost, I would like to thank our armed forces of Ukraine for this possibility to be here today and to speak at this great event, which gives us new possibilities for our municipalities, communities and industries to develop, and gives us a possibility to complete what we had started before the war. My name is Anatoly Savage. I'm the director of the Dnipro Water Company, and I would like to speak about one of the key facilities for our city, that is the reconstruction of the central aeration station. As you can see on the slide, The water treatment plant was commissioned in 1979. At that time, the capacity was 330,000 cubic meters per day, but currently, the current load is 120,000 cubic meters per day. And in fact, the wear and tear currently of this facility is approximately 90%. So what are the decisions that have already been taken? And we are here to negotiate with our partners and donors. So we are going to build the new blocks, the new block with a capacity of over 60,000 cubic meters adjacent to the already existing structures. So we need to build primary, secondary tanks. Also, we need to develop the bioreactor, sedimentation tanks, disinfection unit, and also we need to move the wind-blowing devices to the reactors. Now we need to also reconstruct the already existing units. Those are 3 lines. Each of them is 30,000, so altogether it's going to be 90,000 cubic meters per day. And what it is going to give us, well, if we are building the new and reconstructing the previous facilities, so in fact we're going to have a nice surplus of 150,000 cubic meters. This is what donors like, but this will give us a possibility in the future, in the long run. We will be capable of providing for complete biological treatment, and we will be capable of improving the biological condition of the Dnipro River. Now, once we perform this reconstruction, what do we achieve? What are the goals? First, well, there are 3 key parameters. That is the improvement of the quality of wastewater treatment. We need to improve environmental safety, and also we need to provide improve energy efficiency of the facility itself, and also we need to cut our operational costs. Now, this is the financing model, something that we are negotiating with our donors. This is what we have already agreed upon. 65% is going to be credit funds, 35% will be grant funds. But honestly, yesterday I spoke with one of the international banks, and it's going to be 60 to 40. So 60% is going to be credit funds, 40% will be grant funds, which will give us a possibility to use the grant funds to cover the interest rate, and also to take into consideration the foreign exchange rate risk, because you know that those companies that in 2020 and 2021 took loans ended up with major foreign exchange rates, and some of them lost 200 million hryvnias that they had to pay additionally, and that was quite a major blow to the local budgets. Could you please complete? Just give me 1 more minute, please. So, speaking about the results of this reconstruction, what is it that we have achieved? We are already improving the quality, we will improve the quality of wastewater, we will reduce CO2 emissions, and what is most important, we are going to preserve the Dnipro River ecosystem. And on this slide you can see, as Alexander has mentioned before, Dnipro has quite a number of large projects, not only water supplies, it's not only energy efficiency. Also, we are going to extend help to the IDPs residing in our city, and we are going to create new better conditions, living conditions in the city of Dnipro. That's the QR code. Please use it to visit our website. You can please join us at our stand here. We'll be happy to talk to you. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Would like to thank the speakers. Mr. Chernivtsi, this also a regional capital of Ukraine, has a rich history in architecture, very good positioning at closer to the border with the EU. Chernivtsi is the crossing point of motorways. This city offers transparent business conditions. The city has got many ideas that are being implemented successfully. And Roman Krachuk is going to speak on behalf of the city of Chernivtsi. Over to you, sir.
Hello, good morning. So, everything has been said about Chernivtsi, and I would like to present, I think it's the best and the most beautiful city in the west of Ukraine, next to Romania. And it is one of the most quietest cities right now, because we are far from the front line, and we have 40,000 more population right now, just like in other Western cities. We have many businesses which were relocated to Chernivtsi. Today we are open for investment and to development. I'm sure that the team which we have now in the city, we are going to do everything in the most comfortable way for any investor. Today we are going to present the projects, 5 projects actually, but we have much more projects. So I invite everyone to come to our stand, and the team which is now here in Warsaw, they will tell you in more detail about the plans of our city and our development plans. Our city is very large in its area, and it is similar to Odessa or Lviv. We have a strategic plan, and we are going to increase the number of population at least twice. Now, in a short, I will be very short, but here is our city on the map. And the first project is Industrial Park Chernivtsi, with a total area of 17 hectares. We believe in this idea because we are next to European Union, and now we have entered the project of constructing the Euro railway. Our industrial park is next to the airport, so we are looking for investors now. This is the general characteristics of the project. The next plan is our airport. Our airport is operating, but not today. It is an international airport which was very active and operating before the war. We have a project which is included in DREAM platform. It's about the extension of the flight run, then the reconstruction of the terminal and the construction of a new terminal. The next project is the waste management center, reconstruction of municipal solid waste landfill and creation of 2 new landfills, and our plan to construct waste treatment plant. Also, we are planning to construct a heating plant. The next project is connected with cultural and exhibition center, which can be used for cultural events, for educational events, and as exhibition facilities for business. This is our vision, and generally you can see all our partners, and I would like to say a couple of words that in 2024 we were the first in Ukraine in terms of transparency, so I'm glad to invite everyone to our city. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Now, Uzhhorod city. Uzhhorod is the oblast center located in the far west of Ukraine at the border with Slovakia and not far from the Hungarian border with Hungary. Due to its location, it can see now the development of business, housing, and very positive investment climate. Bogdan Andreev, the head of the city, Uzhhorod, you're welcome. Hello everyone, dear colleagues, dear guests, dear mayors. On behalf of our community, I'm glad to greet all of you and to thank you. And on behalf of us, I would like to thank the armed forces of Ukraine who make it possible for us to take part in this event. Dear partners, dear investors, thank you for this possibility to present Uzhhorod city, which is the smallest oblast center in Ukraine, but it is the key point for resilience and development in the west of Ukraine. Our population is about 120,000 people, and about 40,000 people are IDPs who came to us from the front line and next to the front line regions. Our city has become the city which integrated large number of people and businesses looking for stability. We have more than 200 enterprises relocated from the eastern parts of Ukraine. Our main strategic mission is our position, our location, and our central street goes right to Slovakia. And we have direct roads, several national roads, international roads, and railway leading to the west, to Budapest, Bratislava, Vienna, 300 kilometers to Budapest, 90 kilometers to Slovakia, also to Vienna, and we are going to connect our city with Italy and other European cities and countries. This makes our city to be one of the most comfortable in terms of its location and connections. We have adapted very quickly to the conditions of war, and lots of businesses were relocated. The main things are safety, our close location to other countries, and possibilities that now we have many new businesses and companies relocated from other parts of Ukraine. Now we have a great number of potential consumers. The development of industrial territories, active collaboration with international partners, support provided to business from launch, from the beginning from idea to launch, and infrastructure projects. We are forming a portfolio of investment projects which can have a multiply effect. This will enable us to develop green technology, energy. I will present 3 cases presented in our forum. The first is the construction of a new line of sewage treatment plants with a cost of 20 million euros. It's impossible to start new businesses and new enterprises without this, because the initial problem is that the wastewater treatment facilities were built long ago and they are depreciated up to 95%. The capacity is 50,000 cubic meters per day, so it can just stop any time. The decision was to develop a new technological line, and here is the technical and environmental situation. It will bring new income to local budget, and it will open new possibilities for the development. So investors can locate up to 30 enterprises here. The project is within 60-90 million euros. The type of realization is concession or PPP, with the control monitored by international organizations. The next is construction of a new line of sewage treatment. Its investment, the cost of this investment is about 50 million euros, and it is developed using the different plants, bio-treatment plant, turning waste into gas, and it will bring also profit for investors. because it's a regional project, so and we are speaking about lots of profit. It will be possible to use it only for Uzhhorod, but for nearby villages. It also increases the ecological situation, improves the ecological situation in the region. The next project is the construction of motor transportation facility within our city. The cost of this project is 3,360,000 euros. It's about motor transport facility in Uzhhorod, including workshops, washing facility, loading and maintenance and infrastructure to charge electrobuses. Now we are at the stage of construction of the main building. It is profitable for investors because it is about long-term contracts, possibility to expand the transportation services. And we also invite you to become our partners. Uzhhorod is very close to the European Union, and we are the hub of relocation of businesses. Now we are going to be the hub of investments. We are open for investments to waste treatment. We collaborate with EBRD and international banks. We are going to introduce green technology, which will increase GDP and create new industrial clusters. Please join us as partners, and we will provide transparency and stable work in our community, in our region. Thank you, and glory to Ukraine.
Дякую вам.
Thank you. Now we are going to talk about Khmelnytsk. It's another regional center in the west of Ukraine. It is an important transport hub with both rail connections and key motorways. The city is developing a favorable investment climate and programs to support small and medium-sized businesses aimed at creating new jobs and sustainable development. The project will be presented by Ivan Pidoprigora, Deputy Director of Spetskommuntrans and Head of the Office Розумне довкілля Хмельницький. Thank you.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Khmelnytsky is a cozy town in the western Ukraine. Across Ukraine, it is known for its huge market, bazaar, but in fact, it is something greater, the strong entrepreneurial spirit of its people. It is home to more than 300,000 residents and a new home for 35,000 Ukrainians who were forced to leave their homes because of Russia. The city is growing, and the hopes for happy life rise as high as the cranes over the new residential districts that keep multiplying. Khmelnytsky is one of the largest textile industry centers in Ukraine, the birthplace to Ukrainian mass market brands and logistic hub for the country's leading postal and food companies. It is also a relatively safe harbor for businesses relocated from different parts of Ukraine. Khmelnytsky is a city of heroes and their families. Khmelnytsky, you know, we say that Khmelnytsky is hard to pronounce for foreigners, but easy to do business. I started my career in the city council many years ago, and I started with the project idea for waste management in the city. And that concept later became one of the foundation for the multi-stage and the largest currently for the city, almost 40 million euros project that is now supported by EBRD and the European Union. Today I have honor of leading this project in the city. All great and successful things once started as an idea, but having an idea is not enough. What truly matters is finding people who is capable of achieving the huge and successful projects. So with this mindset, we already achieved some progress. We built the leach treatment station in our city. We currently rehabilitating our landfill, and we are renewing our trolley bus fleet. And we also finishing the largest sport complex that is currently building in the city. Working in the project management for many years, I have learned something important, that when you make an offer to someone, you don't ask if someone wants it, but you ask how they want it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you, how would you like your investment in Khmelnytsky to look like? Today I'm here to present you 5 projects, but I will cover 3 of them, and we can talk about the rest on our stand. So first one is not new for you. It's Industrial Park Khmelnytsky. Its estimated budget is 10 million euros. It's a 91-hectare land plot that is located in the eastern part of the city. Next, we already installed the gas pipe to this land plot, and work is underway to connect water and electricity, and also building an access road. Next to the park runs one of the Ukraine's main transport arteries, the Vinnytsia Highway, which leads directly to the capital. The industrial park is the strategic project for the city. It is goal to give a strong push to the development of many industries. Many industries in the city. In addition to the national incentives that already was told today, the city also suggests almost 0 land lease rates for participants of this industrial park. With the park's development, Khmelnytsky expects not only boost in entrepreneurship across the region, but also 3,000 new jobs for local residents and 10% increase in city budget revenues. Next one is airport. Right now planes don't fly over Ukraine, unfortunately, but before they will, you will also have some time to learn about this proposal that we are making. Airport, which is not offering an empty field. It's a 134 hectares land plot that has 11 parking stands for cargo aircraft and 25 stands for passenger aircraft. Actually, before the big war, one of the Ukraine's largest delivering companies, Nova Poshta, been using this airport for their deliveries, for their terminal. For such large infrastructure projects, we have several investment options that you can see on the screen, and we can talk about them on our stand when you will come. The next one is a rehabilitation center. Yesterday, when we were been working on our stand, one gentleman asked me, why rehabilitation center in Khmelnytsky? Why exactly for Khmelnytsky? And it's a good question, but honestly, I think that, and I hope that every Ukrainian major center will have a rehabilitation center, because we need them, because we have people on front lines, and we need to treat them, and we need to treat their families, not only physically, but psychologically. And that's why this is also one of the key strategies for the city of Khmelnytsky to construct this center. We plan to build it in a area that is currently have some structures. It's located 40 minutes from the city. It's a recreational area, but of course investments are needed in order to launch it. Ladies and gentlemen, Khmelnytsky stands ready for partnership, for growth, and for shared success. We are not just offering projects. We are offering a place where your investments can really make a difference for business, for people, and for the future. Thank you very much, and we welcome you at our stand and we're ready to talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Before we move on to the next municipality, I would like to remind that all municipalities that take part in this marathon have their stands here in this exhibition hall, and you have a possibility to talk to them in greater detail and to ask them about the projects and other projects that these municipalities have. You can talk to them at their stands or after the completion of the marathon. And now I'd like to give the floor to the city of Lviv. Lviv is a regional center as well. It is also a cultural, educational, historical, transport and logistics hub in western Ukraine. It is located 60 kilometers from the border with the European Union, that is with Poland. And the Lviv City Council is constantly working on developing the city's investments attractiveness, and it involves a professional team in the development of important projects. Several projects will be presented by Andrei Pavliev, the head of the Investment and Projects Department of the Lviv City Council. Over to you, sir. And first, video material.
Lviv is the new economic center of the country. It is the gateway to Ukraine. It always has been. Just 60 kilometers from the Polish border, we're the first in Ukraine to welcome new ideas, innovation, business, and tourists. Here, people sip coffee, embrace culture, and bring bold business ideas to life. Yes, even now. Truthfully, it's not always easy, but we honor, remember, and take care of one another. Most importantly, our city keeps moving forward.
To survive this terrible war, we must invest in innovations. And we are doing it.
We support the armed forces of Ukraine. We are building unbroken, a national-level rehabilitation ecosystem. We're growing Miltech and Medtech innovations. We are developing industrial parks and implementing investment projects, all for the economy and the victory of our country. Our companies continue to grow dynamically and expand into new markets. Lviv's IT companies work with global tech giants. New investors are choosing Lviv.
So having that degree of welcome cooperation, local knowledge, know-how from the Lviv authorities is a really, really powerful positive for the country.
We invest in culture, protect traditions, and stand strong for our values.
We're not waiting for reconstruction. We're building now.
Lviv is the new economic center of Ukraine. Invest in Lviv. Invest in Ukraine.
Good morning. The Master Project Office, and we are making Lviv a new economic center of Ukraine together, thanks to the support of our army, our colleagues, our partners, investors. And what we are doing to make it possible, I would like to share with you in the next 6 minutes that I have. Lviv, so we are western gate of Ukraine, so this is 60 kilometers from the European border, so we are the first in the country who meet our international delegation which visit Ukraine during these nowadays. The population of Lviv is 1 million inhabitants, so this is our, together with internal displaced Ukrainians and the Lviv citizens that we have in Lviv territorial community. Lviv is a young and educated city, so almost 100 students we have in our city that are studying in different educational institutions in Lviv, that we have approximately 25. Lviv is a new rehabilitation and medical center of Ukraine. Unfortunately, this is our duty during this wartime, and we are building and constructing today in Lviv National Rehabilitation Center Unbroken, and a lot of project that we are implementing today in Lviv is in this medical sphere. Also, we became a new transport and the new economic hub of the country because of the new construction, new industrial parks, new industrial project that appear in Lviv during the wartime. Approximately 250, almost 300,000 square meters of the newly appeared industrial areas that have been constructed in Lviv since the full-scale invasion. We have 3 industrial parks and other industrial projects that we have in the process of construction in Lviv. Lviv is a European youth capital, so this is a status that we received last year, and this year we have this possibility to be a voice of the whole Lviv Ukrainian youth people in Lviv, and this year we are honored to be a European youth capital of the Europe. And the project that we are implementing and the project that we are going to present here and in the more details, so this is, as I mentioned, our duty today. This is developing of the unbroken rehabilitation ecosystem, and one of the most important projects that we are developing together with our colleagues, together with the Unbroken Rehabilitation Center team, with the city administration. This is a rehabilitation and surgical center that we are developing together with our partners from Japan. This surgical center is designed by world-famous architect Shigeru Ban. Design project is almost finished. The main point of the project, so this is the project almost like 220 beds. This is the only one surgical building project in Ukraine nowadays. Unfortunately, during the wartime, hundreds and thousands of medical institutions have been destroyed or partly destroyed, and this project is crucially important for the country because it will play a role not only the local for the city of Lviv, but it is national surgical center in Lviv. This center will provide the multifunctional surgery. Main points for the investors. So we are going to implement it through the PPP model. The financial model of this project, the 50% of grant that we are looking for together with our partners and donors, and 50% that we are going to attract through the private investor. We are not alone in this project, so we have already on the board like few international companies. Just months ago, approximately in Washington, the city mayor signed the contract with the IFC, and they will help us with the financial consultancy in this project, and they will help us to attract the financial support of the different donors and partners. Just yesterday, we have signed the contract here in Warsaw with Sweet Fund and Deloitte have been already started the process of developing the feasibility study of this project. And we are ready just to develop, to deliver this project as soon as possible, actually next year. The next project that we have, this is extending this infrastructure transport project. So we are going to extend existing tram line in order to improve accessibility of our rehabilitation area, where we have the main hospital. Actually, the surgical building also will be there. Also, we have the main rehabilitation center in this area, so that's why this is important in terms of accessibility of this area. During the wartime, we are not running the infrastructure project like the reconstruction of the street roads, but this one is particularly really important, especially in order just to dramatically improve the accessibility of the area where we have the biggest lot of infrastructure project within the ecosystem of Humanity Unbroken. This project, what we are this is approximately 2.6 kilometers of extending existing tram line. We also not alone in this project. We have IFD partners, French Development Agency, we have signed this year the grant agreement for the €5 million, and they will finance the phase of the first stage of this project. That will be the beginning of this project, and we are going to deliver this project next year. What we are looking for this project, this is also the financial support, the partners, and probably also the grant funding, because we are going to implement to use the mixed structure of the funding. This also the gather loans and grant funding for implementation. And the third one project, this is industrial area. So I have mentioned at the beginning that we have a lot of project that is developing in the sphere of industrial production, and there is always not enough territory for the future investment, and we are preparing the new grounds for our international investors, and we have developed already new industrial area. This is approximately 120 hectares, and this project will aim just to create a new quality facility for the future international investments, for the industrial parks and new production. Also, during this conference in Warsaw, just 2 days ago, we have signed already the agreement with the international developer Whitestar, and we are working together already in order just to develop this industrial area and to create there together with them probably the first international industrial park in Lviv. So what we are looking for, the partners who also interested to invest and to open their facilities or to help us to develop the industrial area, engineering networks, and then transport networks. So thank you very much for your attention, and welcome to our stand on the Lviv territorial community. Please contact us if you will have additional information regarding this project, or you will have any ideas, your ideas. We will help you to implement it together with us in City of Lviv. Thank you, and Slava Ukraini!
Дякую вам. Я особисто була у ReBuild.
Thank you. I've visited Unbroken Center several times, and I can say that it's extremely useful project for all of us, because it has great importance for the whole country. And I also invite you to Lviv. Now we are moving to Chortkiv. Chortkiv is said to be a small city that is not afraid of large projects. In fact, it is a medium-sized community in the southern part of the Ternopil region, and it is relatively close to Poland, Romania, and Moldova, at the intersection of important motorways. It has a railway connection, which is also very important for business. And I invite Volodymyr Shmatko, mayor of Chortkiv, to take the floor to present the projects of the community.
Good morning, good afternoon, dear partners, dear colleagues, dear friends from Ukraine, from Poland, from Europe. It's very great honor to me to be here today, and presentation for our projects, for our community, for the best city in the world. It's Chortkiv. Welcome to Chortkiv. If you don't mind, I am continuing my speech in Ukrainian. Sorry, thank you so much. Всім, хто зараз перекладає.
Thank you, the interpreters. So we are the city which... It is not the town, it is the city. And we would like to have partnerships which are created between our cities with Chortkiv to be resultive, to be fruitful, to bring win-win results. And if you are thinking about where you are going to invest, where you can implement a project, please welcome to Chortkiv. This is the city where we work openly, in a transparent way. It's the city where you would like to live, because this is our home. Now I would like to present our projects. It should work, I think. Yes, here is the presentation. This is Chortkiv, is the city with 36,000 inhabitants. We have more than 2,500 residents who came from other parts of Ukraine. We have Chertkiv city and villages around it, and we are developing very quickly. It's a student city with 3,000 students. We present very good results of international cooperation. Here you can see on this slide the funds we are collaborating with. For the last 7-8 years, we have involved many investments, and I'm grateful to all partners who continue to invest. The 3 projects we would like to present here at this stage, it's a great opportunity for you to see and to learn about them so that you can earn money by investing in Ukraine and into Chertkiv. The first is Industrial Park Chertkiv West. It's a large area, greenfield area, 87,000 hectares of land. We have created this zone, which is located in a very comfortable way at the crossroads, and it is close to the borders. And now we are making all connections, all infrastructure facilities here, so that your business can bring profit very quickly. Now we are talking about the first resident who is developing its plant. They are going to create a cogeneration plant. The next, here you can see on the slide our bonuses. Why it is profitable for you to invest? Because we have zero tax. Because the key for us is to create workplaces and to have safe business, and you have the space for growth. That's the main message of our team. So please make your decision and invest in Chertkiv West. The next project is the construction of housing for industrial park employees. On this slide you can see this plot of land, 2.1 hectares of land for those partners who are eager to invest in housing. Thanks for ReBuild Ukraine. I'm very grateful for creating this platform for communication, and we have had so many consultations on how to invest in this project. Thank you for our Swedish and Swiss partners, and also for our Danish partners. So all those who would like to invest in the housing project, you will be able to make it in such a way that people will rent from you. It's not about humanitarian aid. It is profitable. The next project is to invest into water utility. We are ready to corporatize so that Western companies can come with their money, invest in our water utility, and become co-founders, co-owners for our community. I'm sure, and I invite other mayors and our central authorities, that here we have to be very flexible because the situation with our water utilities is really poor, and it is very difficult for us to maintain them in a proper way. It took Denmark 40 years to create their water utilities at a very good level. So we don't have those 40 years, but we have an opportunity to invest and to support such water utilities. Here you can see the details of our offer. We are also open to discuss your conditions, and there is a space for growth. We have other areas in our city and in our villages around the city. That's why it's interesting to discuss such projects. You're welcome to to Chortkiv. I invite you to be very active and thank everyone who continue to give birth in Ukraine, to work in Ukraine and live in Ukraine, who are interested in Ukraine, and everyone who support and help us. All those living in Kherson, Kharkiv, Mykolaiv, Donetsk. Thank you everyone who is here in Warsaw and continue talking about Ukraine and not only ask for something but also offer something. Together we are moving towards our victory. Thank you. Glory to Ukraine.
Дякую вам, пане Володимире. У мене приклад голови громади, який ще нещодавно не розмовляв англійською мовою, а за дуже короткий термін зробив просто надзвичайний прорив і також мотивуєте свою команду. І тому я запрошую всіх до Чорткова від вашого імені, тому що це справді приклад також для інших громад, які поки ще не мають англомовних працівників, але це дуже хороший приклад, як можна стимулювати і мотивувати колектив. Отож, dear ladies and gentlemen, I see that there are a lot of...
Зараз я бачу, що багато з вас не розмовляє українською, тому в нас є переклад. Якщо вам потрібен переклад, будь ласка, візьміть навушники в цій частині залу.
Марафон громад може трошки підсумувати, що в першій частині марафону ми вже поговорили про проекти зі значним економічним соціальним впливом. Ви чули виступи про індустріальні парки, про інші проекти, які є важливими для громад. Ми продовжуємо марафон громад, тому я прошу всіх залишатися в залі. І зараз я запрошую до слова Євгенія Гринчука, представника партнера марафону громад компанії «ReBuild».
Шановні пані та панове, голови ОТГ, міські голови, керівники комунальних підприємств та міжнародні партнери. Всіх вітаю, мене звати Євгеній, я представляю компанію ReBuild, і сьогодні ми поговоримо про шлях до енергетичної стійкості та фінансової самодостатності наших громад. Наш фокус – це ефективна переробка деревини. Ми всі бачимо деревні відходи, гілки на узбіччях, необрізані дерева. Але це не просто безлад. Як доводить теорія розбитих вікон, дрібні ознаки занедбаності створюють відчуття байдужості та провокують великі проблеми. Погляньте на ключові
Let's have a look at the key threats. So the threat is limitation of visibility, which brings to the increased risk of road accidents. Then fires, organic waste, and our vision is that no branch should stay idle. We should turn threat into our strategic resource. We suggest a solution which transforms this chaos and solves 5 problems in communal utilities. ReBuild community, it can help to clutter on the roadside, then lowering the environmental threat, improving the profit and creating additional value and additional heat. Actually, we are talking about 4 practical benefits of communal utility heads. First is to minimize the waste, energy self-efficiency, trust to the authorities. Now let's have a look at how it looks in real figures. This technology is an investment which is going to be profitable in the nearest run. Let's have a look at an example of one community. We can get ability to decrease amortization of transport and time. The profit is about 100,000 hryvnias per year, and if we add the saving on fuel, it will be even more profitable. It will enable us to save up to 600,000 hryvnias per year. And this means money which goes back to the budget of our community. And now speaking about economic effect.
And now let's have a look how it is going to have some strategic impact. So if we are to upscale this effect, so in our region we have 63 ATCs, and that means that the cumulative savings on waste disposal should amount up to 6.3 million hryvnias per year. In Ukraine we have 1,469 ATCs, which means that the savings on waste collection would be in the area of 146 million. We would like to have the European level recycling, with 65% is being reprocessed, as is the case in Germany, for instance. And now we're going to talk about 4 pillars for the recovery of Ukraine. That is circular economy, and we believe that no branch wasted, and recycling turns residues into energy and drives recovery. And this is how we generate new value. Also, energy security is the second pillar. That is, wood is always close by. Wood is local and reliable fuel. And processing means that we are truly independent of the external suppliers. The third pillar is sustainable development. We need to take care of clean parks and forests. We need to remember that reusing waste is our responsibility to protect the environment. And the fourth pillar is Europe. Recycling means programs, and Europe is a leader in this field, and we would like to follow this standard. We are convinced that this is the right path to follow. And we are a Ukrainian brand on the global level. We have already exported these solutions to 25 countries. We have a production facility in the city of Vinnytsia, where quality control is very much stringent. And we believe that effective change begins with small things. And we need to remember that this is how we strive to energy independence due to the wise use of resources. Dear colleagues, our strategic choice is fuel, cleanness and independence. The effective change begins with technology, and thus this simple tool will become a basic tool for the development of any ATC. And now I would like to ask you to visit our stand, which is here in this building. That's 4A19. That's in that direction. And there you can see to yourself, you can touch the equipment, and you can look into the calculations for your own ATC. So let us make Ukraine stronger and more effective together. Thank you for kind attention. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, so we have listened to the first panel participants, but our marathon is working non-stop, no breaks. Therefore, please stay tuned, stay with us in this room. We have heard the cities of Dnipro, Chernivtsi, Uzhhorod, Khmelnytsky, Lviv, and Chortkiv. And for those who were not here right in the beginning of this marathon, I just would like to say that I represent the Association of Cities of Ukraine, and we have more than 1,000 councils who are members of our association. We are currently presenting the projects of developing of some municipalities that are not in this marathon as well. So if you're interested in learning about different municipalities and their projects, talk to us. Now we're going to talk about district heating and the new investment model. And I would like to give the floor to Tatiana Terlecka, who is the operations director of the Center for Community Development Cooperation, that's an NGO, and Tatiana is going to moderate the next part of this marathon, and I'm going to see you again in the final part of the marathon later on. And I wish you good luck.